Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the AM Silver Bullet for Wednesday, September 27th. We are going to use the new Kraken Silver Bullet indicator, and you can get that for free in the Discord group. Just got to sign up below in the description of this video is the Discord link, and then go to the Kraken channel, and you'll have the ability to request access, and then be granted access. You get it for free. So right now I'm going to select this to turn it on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find liquidity, where my draw on liquidity is. Okay, so this right here would be starting the 10 o'clock hour right here. So I want to find out what has and hasn't been taken out yet, right? What liquidity is still, basically has liquidity under it, right? What's the swing high or swing low that needs to be taken? So one thing that I do is I have the previous day high and lows on there. Well, here's the previous day low right here. Okay, and if I scrunch this down, you'll see that there's never been, it's not taken out. The low is right here. To show you, the low is right here, and it's never been taken out. So the low is still in play. There's a lot of liquidity underneath this. Okay, so I'm going to leave this just like this for right now. I know it's really small, it's just little lines, but let's look at the indicator here and find out what has and hasn't been taken out. So let's look at the Asia session. Okay, Asian session right here. Obviously, this is the high. It's been taken out, and the low has not been taken out yet. Okay, so I will turn off the high, leaving the low because that has liquidity still below this low, right? So that's still a potential target. Let's turn on the London session. This will always paint in real time. It goes to the most current candles. It tells you the name, what it is, and then it gives you the price. And then it'll be extending to the current price action, and it'll use the last session. So if this was this is the AM session. The AM session will be yesterday's AM session until this one's done. Okay, so that's how that works. So the London high has not been taken. London low has just been taken right here and here. So let's turn off the London low. Obviously, London high is still in play. So New York kill zone. Okay, so obviously this is still going on right now. It's has one more minute, it'll change over. But there's the kill zone low from yesterday, so obviously it's not in play here. So we'll turn that off. AM session. This would be yesterday's AM session. So AM session sell side has been taken, obviously. Sell side, so buy side's up here somewhere, so we don't need that. Turn that off. New York lunch. And I do this much faster than this. Obviously New York lunch has been taken, so it's just swept in London, and then it's been taken, so we don't need that. I turn these on one at a time until they paint. I don't turn them all on at the same time. It's a lot of calculations, and you could error out the indicator. I turn them on one at a time, see if they are still untraded or not, and then I expand my chart, just like I'm doing right now. So the PM session right here, high has been taken. The low is still the low of the day, so I'll leave that. I'll take that off just because it's the previous day low right here. All right, so there's our liquidity. Previous week high and low is already marked, but it's not in this range, so I'm not really concerned about it. Okay, and there's no new week opening gaps at the moment right here. We can turn this on here, turn the new week opening gap. There is no new week opening gap at this area, so I'm not concerned about it. Okay, why is this such an amazing indicator? Because ICT says in his Silver Bullet video that the main emphasis is determining the next most likely draw on liquidity. So session highs is one of the items of the good draws on liquidity. So we have the daily high and low, which we have. Here's the daily low. Previous session high and low, we just went through all of the sessions to find out what was still available, what hasn't been taken out, what has liquidity still. Previous week, we just saw that. I just showed you it's not on this chart right now because it's not in this range. And then return to current and old new week opening gap and expansion away from the current or old new week opening gap. Turn those on. There's no new week opening gaps in this range, so it's not a factor. And then you can classic ICT optimal trade entry for entry and the confluence of the 2022 mentorship model. Again, that is 2 ways to enter the trades. The rest is your draw on liquidity. So that comes directly from the ICT Silver Bullet video. So my indicator covers the draw on liquidity very well. So right now we're kind of in the middle, right? We can take out Asia low and the previous day low and or London high, right? We haven't taken out London yet. So, but over here we took out I believe it was a New York lunch liquidity. So now we're looking for, to come back down and take out the Asia low, right? When I did this video was probably yesterday's, came out yesterday, and we were aiming for the New York lunch buy side, and I said this Asian low I expect it to be taken out, and here we go. It could be in the sights right here. So that is where we're at. Let's go candle by candle and see what happens here. Also in the indicator is the background shading, so you get that as well. That's also in there. So it looks like we're going to take out the Asian low here. And there we go. Take it out. Would I have entered right here? No, I would not have entered right there. Right here, right now, because I'm looking for, right now I'm still targeting this previous day low, and I needed structure, right? It just started, and I just wanted to see if it was going to take it and then reverse, because a lot of times it takes liquidity and reverse. So I want to see if there's going to be a pullback, and then I want to see if the pullback comes up, to optimal trade entry, or if it's going to take this liquidity end down. So we're so close here. I need to take out liquidity and then look for a market structure shift, and then go long, or it's just a pullback to like optimal trade entry area and then down. So am I taking this short right now, this to take this liquidity? No, it's only, 2.5 handles. I'm not taking it. So now I'm hoping for a pullback. If it comes down to the previous day low, like right now, I just missed the trade. It's just how it works. So you see 5 relatively equal lows right here. So that's generating a lot of liquidity right there. Doesn't look like a lot, but there is. If this pulls back up, there's gonna be a lot of people that are going long here. They'd be having their stop right below that. It's because it's just obviously it doesn't want to go lower than that, so they're looking at it that way. Okay, so let's mark up some of our chart here. So for me, this is a breaker block. And you're like, well, wait a minute, wasn't that from high to low, higher high, and then breakthrough? Well, you can use that. I was using this high to go down. And why am I using this high? Well, if you turn it to the line chart, it's pretty substantial. So high, low, higher high, breakthrough. When it comes back up, that's a breaker block. If you're like, hey, no, my rules, that goes high, low, high, lower, high, and breakthrough, then change this to a mitigation block. They do the exact same thing, by the way. So whether you want to call this a mitigation block or a breaker block, it doesn't really matter. They act the same way. So for me, I'm calling it a breaker. And let's mark out the fair value gap right here. So fair value gap. Now let's also pull the fib. Let's go from high to low here. Why am I not using this high? Well, here's a swing low, and then here's a high, and then here's another lower low. So I'm going to use this high to this low. Here's equilibrium. Here's optimal trade entry is right in here. Okay, so if it hits the breaker, I'll be taking a trade. One of ICT's rules was optimal trade entry right here. This is not 2022 mentorship. This is an optimal trade entry with previous day low as my target. So if it comes in here, I'm taking a short. Okay. I need it to stop on a out there. So Let's do one more. Let's see if we get optimal trade entry. Boom, right there. We take it short there. Short there. Let's put our position on there. We're going one tick above the high here for optimal trade entry, and then we're targeting previous day low. So let's go to 17. I'm a stickler for the full numbers. So let's go 18. Boom, right there. 18. So it's 3.6 R. That's what we're targeting. I will take a partials after below this low though, because that's over 60%, and I'll move my stop to break even. So let's change this to 1, and let's keep going. Make this a little bigger for you. Could have entered again right here to add more to your position. Again, I'm looking for below this for partials and break even. There we go. All right, let's buy one there. Or a trailing stop rather. Trailing stop goes one tick below. If it goes down one more, I'll probably lower it to this one. Let's see how it goes here. Okay, so probably would move it down here to protect capital. Okay, there's our previous day low target. Let's just see it like this. Okay, let's take the stop off. Take the position off. Okay, so we use the Kraken Silver Bullet indicator to mark out our draw on liquidity using the previous day highs, the previous week highs, the sessions liquidity, and find out what was still available, what liquidity hasn't been swept yet, what hasn't been taken. So we left those on the chart. We noticed that the Asia low was close to being taken, so we were looking for it to be taken, and then a market structure shift, right? Well, a market structure shift would have been here for me. It never came back up. So we pulled our fib from high to low, and when it came to optimal trade entry, it's kind of stopped here. We took our trade because we noticed that there's a breaker block. You could call that a mitigation block or a breaker block, depending on how you did it, how you want to call it. I say it's a breaker block. And then we also had a fair value gap. When it came in here with optimal trade entry, that's 3 confluences that I want to take my trade. Okay, if it broke this high here and I lost the trade, then I'd be looking for a pullback to go long to take out the London high. All narrative based on drawn liquidity, right? So we didn't have a market structure shift to go long, so I was looking for a market structure shift after it took out low, but we didn't get it. So we pulled our fib, and that's why we said, hey, we're still going short. We have all these confluences. I'm still targeting the previous day low and the daily target. There's more liquidity under the daily low than there is session liquidity, right? So that'd be like sessions is, like maybe like a 4-hour candle, basically. Daily candle, 4-hour candles, let's just say, in that kind of terms. Which one has priority? The daily before 4-hour. So I preferred the previous day low to be taken. So when we took this trade, our stop went above the high, and it worked out just fine. We took our partials below the swing low here, and then we trailed our stop and we hit our TP target when it broke the previous day low. So that is your AM Silver Bullet for September 27th using the Kraken Silver Bullet indicator, which you can get in the description below if you join the Discord group.